A Twist in Time, Chapter 16, Queen of Half Moon. With the infant Princess Miara in her arms, the young Queen Ketra makes her way to the throne room. Since in the dark for nearly 2 decades, the kingdom was still set in its ancient ways. Torches flicker in the night as the advisors and the Queen herself would meet in secret to discuss the plans to defend against the next horde attack. Now that the Dark Sorceress herself had learned that the ancient kingdom has awoken, like a lion in the slumbering desert sands, Adora in the meantime is away fighting the horde to keep them away from the borders of the kingdoms. The great and glorious Shira was what Etheria needed at this moment in time. Queen Ketra understood this. Her wife had duties to uphold. My queen, there has been horde boss trying to breach the northern borders. We must act now if we are to survive. A male member of the Royal Advisory Committee shouts, Councilman Zarkadius, I am well aware of this turn of events. Our force field is sustaining too much. I will need to repair it with my magic. I want guards at every border. We will not fail. As your queen, I intend to uphold my promise. When I took the throne, Ketra silences the advisor by digging her claws into the ancient stone table, hushing him instantly. Murmurs fill the room as the royal council of about 50 Magicats stand before the Queen of Half Moon, young Princess Mariakna, who is now close to 15 months at this time. It was customary for the queens throughout the history of the kingdom to always end the name of their firstborns with an A at the end of their names, symbolized to be the future queen, since females were the dominant of the two sexes in the kingdom. Males, the ones that remained often, were looked down to as the lesser of the species. There were a few exemptions from this ancient rule. However, a few of the royal council were in fact male. Councilman Zarkadius as a primary example of this law. While the kingdom itself had been in the dark for so long, it was needing to catch up with the rest of the modern era, like the rest of the world. Your Majesty, make haste! Shadow Weaver has been spotted in the eastern front. A wounded general with the grayish-colored coat and piercing yellow eyes barges into the meeting, holding her side. Take the general to the infirmary ward. I will deal with this myself. The queen roars as her infant daughter begins to cry on her mother's chest in the royal kitten carrier. It was customary for the princess to be with her mother in infancy to prolong the bonding process. Yes, my queen. One of the royal nurses takes the general away. Meanwhile, the young queen races to find the sorceress who has tortured her for these many long years. So the rumors are true then. You and Shira had a daughter. The shadowy snake of a sorceress mocks in a minuscule tone, still hiding in the darkness of the night. Show yourself, witch. I am not afraid of you anymore. The queen powers up her runestone, her eyes glowing a bright golden tone, the lion's eye showing the elemental magic of earth. Bots surround the Magicat Queen on all sides as the wicked laugh of the sorceress haunts the night. Patience, Ketra. I only want to make a proposal. Shadow Weaver steps forward between the bots. Oh, like the one you were trying to make with my own mother, the queen who you murdered in cold blood. Catra holds her daughter closer to her chest as the queen makes the ground shake, ready to make the sand swallow the woman of darkness whole. Your mother wasn't brave like you. She tried to flee, left her kingdom and subjects to fend for itself. Shadow Weaver lies, a wicked grin hidden behind her mask. You don't get to talk to me about my mother. You don't get to tell me how I am to be Queen of Half Moon. You don't get to come into my kingdom and make yourself at home. You aren't getting your hands on my daughter like you did me. Catra shakes her head as she makes the sand grip onto Shadow Weaver, nearly suffocating her. The sorceress laughs weakly as the life is nearly drained out of her. The sand transforms into the shape of a cobra as Catra smirks as she constricts the woman who stole her life and raised her to be evil and cruel. Shadow Weaver has had enough of this and turns into a shadowy mist. Catra looks around herself, her feline ears flickering back and forth, eyes darting to scan the surrounding area. She holds Miara's tiny frame as close as possible, the young kitten's big yellow eyes looking at her mother, not understanding what is happening. Darkness surrounds the queen as Shadow Weaver comes out of hiding, once more attacking the queen and kidnapping the crying princess. Before the queen has time to react, defeated, Catra sobs into the desert sands, mourning not only for her daughter, but her own mother. She felt like she had failed not only as queen, but as a mother. She knew what must be done. If the Horde wanted war, war is what they will get. Back at the Fright Zone, Shadow Weaver looks at the young Half-Moonian princess, deciding on what to do next with this crying royal brat. Ah, yes, I may have failed with your mother, but I will not fail again. I know just what to do with you. Shadow Weaver wipes the princess's mind. Any memory of her mother's now gone, Half Moon gone. Any memory at all has been wiped clean, as if it had never existed at all. This princess, this magic hat, this child would make a great soldier for the Horde someday. Shadow Weaver intended this for Catra. The first time around, a great war would soon begin. But for now, the sleeping little kitten dreams of chaos, just as the sorceress intended.